This is a News 3 Now special report.
And thanks for watching this special report from Channel 3000. The number of positive coronavirus cases in Wisconsin now pushing 4,000. We started tracking this data back on March 18th. That's nearly a month ago now. And right now there are 198 deaths in the state, including the first reported death in Richland County. Statewide, that's up 15 from yesterday. Milwaukee County with over 2,000 cases, 114 deaths. In Dane County, 350 cases plus, including 17 deaths. May 26th, now the new end of the safer at home order. Governor Evers said he's making that call because that's what science and public health are telling him to do. He's making a few modifications. Golf courses can now open with some restrictions. Public libraries will now be allowed to do curbside pickup, and arts and crafts stores can do so as well for supplies to make masks. Non-essential businesses will be able to do minimum basic operations like deliveries, mailings, and curbside pickup. Exterior lawn care or construction also now allowed as long as it's done by one person. The governor said he understands this isn't news people wanted, but maintaining the flattening of the curve requires it.
Can't think of this like flipping a light switch. It's like turning a dial. The more disciplined we are now, the faster we can turn it.
There have been varying degrees of pushback by some business groups and Republicans. Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald said in a statement, quote, "Everyone agrees that reasonable measures must be taken during a public health crisis. Health and safety are a priority. However, to extend this order for another month without a plan for how to reopen the state or clear benchmarks for an early expiration is simply unacceptable." New White House guidelines outline a phased approach to restoring normal commerce and services, but only for places with strong testing that are seeing a decrease in COVID-19 cases. The president unveiled his administration's plans to ease social distancing requirements on a call Thursday with the nation's governors. The new guidelines are aimed at clearing the way for an easing of restrictions in areas with low transmission of coronavirus while keeping them in place in the more hard-hit areas. Places with declining infections and strong testing would begin a three-phased gradual reopening of businesses and schools, with each phase lasting at least 14 days. The wave of layoffs that has engulfed the U.S. economy since the coronavirus struck forced 5.2 million more people to seek unemployment benefits last week. Roughly 22 million have sought jobless benefits in the last month, easily the worst stretch of U.S. job losses on record. All told, roughly nearly 12 million people are now receiving unemployment checks, matching the peak reached in January of 2010, shortly after the Great Recession officially ended. If you're constantly checking your bank account, hoping to see your stimulus check in your account, you're not alone. Capital One, Bank of America, and Chase all experiencing temporary problems, and the IRS site called Get My Payment was telling some users their payment status was unavailable. The U.S. Treasury says no physical checks have been mailed yet and warns that it's a process that could take months to complete. Governor Evers telling President Trump Wisconsin faces $2 billion in revenue losses due to the skyrocketing unemployment and other hits to the economy. Governor Evers and the governors from Michigan and Pennsylvania sent the president a letter asking him to urge Congress to send $500 billion in budget aid to states and local governments. Meanwhile, the governor and others are facing pressure to reopen their states. A rally had previously been planned at the Capitol next week on the day that the governor's first safer at home order was set to expire.